Henri and Jonah. It's a little bit of weight, but it's worth it, isn't it? Do you think it's worth it? These three on stage? Come on then, first question please, and it's got to be Holly. Go on, Holly. Let him get settled, let him get the mic.
Can I get a little more Hank in here?
Can we get some more water on stage? I'm not sure if we...
I'm totally kidding, man. I don't need any more Hank. Can you guys hear us?
Yes!
Okay, great. Awesome, man. What a great time last night. I hope you guys had fun. I know that we did. I probably had more fun than anybody. It's always tough being the last one to go because you find yourself drinking with everybody backstage because you're celebrating what a great show they did early and got it out of the way. And so you're high-fiving and you're having a couple of shots and then you realize, oh shit, I've still got to play. But it was fun.
We had a good time.
Hi. I have a question for Henri.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you, why did you first start playing the guitar and what pushed you to really become successful at it?
Honestly, my brother played piano, and he looked at me one day and said, "You should play guitar." And I was like, "All right," because I would do anything my brother told me to do. So it was like, then my parents were like, "No, you can't play guitar because you have to play piano first." And I tried, but my teacher was this 80-year-old dude, Mr. Herford, and I was just like, "Mom, Dad, I want to rock, I want to play guitar." And then finally they bought me this like mini guitar, and I just had a good teacher, so that kind of, when you have like an inspiring person that's kind of pushing you in a cool direction, that helps a lot. So that's it.
Yeah.
Did I answer that?
Hi, my question is for Christian. You mentioned during the meet and greet that Elliot is obviously your favourite character that you play on TV. So bearing in mind, as everyone knows, you do all your own stunts. What has been your favourite film to see as Elliot, and what's been the most painful scene to film?
I got busted open on secondhand lines. Somebody threw a right when they were supposed to do a left and applied me right down the lip, so I had to. That didn't hurt because the initial hit of it was just sitting in the hospital for 3 hours waiting on a plastic surgeon. They're like, "We can stitch you up." And I'm like, "No. I need to get a plastic surgeon in here." So that would hurt. I think my favorite role on TV has been Elliot Spencer, obviously. I just love that guy. Thank you. I think there's two movies it's a movie that I don't even speak in. Michael Caine does all the speaking for me, but I loved Secondhand Lions because I got to play an American icon. I got to play Robert Duvall, and I also got to work with the legendary Michael Caine, even though he's speaking for me. So that was fun. It was just a little film for me. It was a big film, but it was a little film for me. I think the best time I've ever had in my entire life is we all got together and when we were very young, a bunch of kids who are now most of them A-list actors, and did a film called Summer Cats, and we got to play baseball for a whole summer with my good friends. And it's hard not to name drop when you talk about this film, but Matthew Lillard, Freddie Prinze Jr., Jessica Biel, Wilmer Valderrama, the late and great Brittany Murphy, Martin Blucas, man, it just goes on and on. We were all just friends and young and brand new to Hollywood and having fun that year. And we got to spend the summer in the sun playing baseball. And it was really cool with two of the hottest women I've ever seen in my life. So it was great. I hope that answers your question. I don't know. I shoot from the hip up here. Now, look. Let's start this whole thing over. All right, we're in business now.
My question is a follow-up to Holly's question.
Okay.
Do you ever play Spanish guitar, and will we ever get to see you play one?
Is that for Henri?
For Henri.
No, she wasn't talking to me after last night.
I actually went to music school for a little while, so I had this. It wasn't Spanish guitar; it was a classical teacher. So similar though, because he was Spanish, but he actually was such a jerk. Like, oh my god, he was just like, "You are terrible!" Like he was like one of those guys that motivated you.
When you said that accent, was he from Spain?
And he wasn't from Spain. He was from Spain. He's like, "You no."
He's a Spaniard.
He goes, "You did in practice." Because I was playing rock and roll, so no.
That's a great idea. We should take a look at that, man. I bet you'd be great at that. We should write a Spanish song.
We could do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right.
Yes.
It's a great idea.
Right, I've got. Oh, hold on a second. I've got a lady here who wants to ask a question. She's a little bit shy, so she's going to stand behind me so you can't see it.
Christian, if you could pick any part to play, be it from film, play, or book, what would it be?
Yeah. I tell you, I'm a little pissed off that Dwayne Johnson is doing Big Trouble in Little China because I was supposed to take that. I was supposed to take that role. I carried that around for a couple of years. I talked to Dean Devlin, who's friends with Kurt Russell, and I really wanted to reprise that role, even though I would have never have done what Kurt did, because Kurt, that was the best. I think the best he's ever done. He's an amazing actor, but that role was just built for him. Him and who wrote it? Not Wes Craven. Who wrote that? John Carpenter. Him and John were really good friends and stuff like that. So they just had. So I'm supposed to play that role, and I don't know what the hell the Rock's doing in there, but. But I always thought, and then Dean came up with an idea. He was like, "What if we redid it and Kurt played your dad?" And I was like, "Well, that's awesome because it'd be like they say you get to see Kurt doing his thing again." And then I did, but that's what I want. But I have to wait a couple of years. This is a great question. I have to wait a couple of years for this role, but at some point, I want to take a stab at the outlaw Josie Wales.
Well done. Absolutely. Thank you. Hold on a second, sorry.
Take your time, man.
Right, I have a background in kickboxing. I've actually got a black belt, and I was wondering what disciplines you have, and as Jonah or Henri got any fighting backgrounds, or you do any kickboxing or anything?
I'm a yellow belt in Taekwondo.
That's like the first belt you get. You get that on the day you sign up.
No, you get the weight. Yeah, it's a joke. I'm not looking to fight the king, honestly.
I'm just saying. Jonah?
I haven't really. I mean, I've got my ass kicked a couple times, but there was really no fighting back. I just got in the corner and cried. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
That's not true. That's not true.
No. I'm not a big fighter.
Jonah can fight, though.
We were just talking about this yesterday. You didn't fight, man? I'm like, yeah, I punched in the back of my head when I was like I just went like back here when I was in high school, and that was the last fight I ever.
In all honesty, though, I don't want to make you look better than what you're making yourself look like. He said he was holding the guy down and slapping him.
Well, I don't like to show off, ladies. But I may have been kicking some ass. But no formal training for me, no.
He's lucky he gets to still fight on the films, right?
Yeah, it's smoke and mirrors at this point, man. I'm too old to get hit anymore. I don't like that. I don't really like to fight, but I was a wrestler growing up. I loved people that took kickboxing and karate because I'm gonna take the fucking leg anyway. If you want to hand it to me, that's your gig. I had a coach who runs C3 fights out of there. Now he was a we didn't really get into a lot of jiu-jitsu because it just wasn't around when I was younger. I just became popular with MMA. But I took a little bit of judo from him, and then when I was in Nashville for a bit, I fought a little MMA. I rolled around with a couple of guys, but listen, man, it's all like I said, smoke and mirrors at this point.